SoFi and stock market investors, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason. I got a great video lined up for you guys today. And I wanted to tell you guys one thing. Never, ever trust these Wall Street price targets. They're filled with tons of manipulation. They're lying right to your face. And I'm going to prove it to you in today's video. I found a little nugget of information that I think you're going to find very interesting. Make sure you stick around for the video. And as always, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's get right into it. Take a look at your screen right now, guys. SoFi has been trading institutional share value wise under 700 million the last several weeks. It was down in like the 680 million range and at like 54%. I opened up the Fintel website today and I was like, oh, wow. Almost 720 million institutional shares owned now. And that just happened over the last day or two. And I was like, what the heck happened? From 54% owned to 56%. That's a huge jump in only a couple days. So Jay did some investigating for you guys and wait till you get a load of this. So I'm going through all the buys and sells, right? Here's the shares, the percentage up and the reported value. They don't give you a ton of information on this, but if you look 5.6 and 5.5, I'm like, where's the big move? I'm like, this is a big 1 million shares, but that was a cut. And then I'm like, where did these 30 million shares, 25 million shares come from? And then I see UBS Group down here. It looks like they trimmed their put and call positions and then added a ton of shares. They currently own 36.5 million shares of SoFi. They increased their position by 43% right here. So I was like, how many shares did they own before? So I went over to a website called Simply Wall Street. I'm not affiliated with them at all whatsoever, but I want to show you guys a little bit of cool information. I go down to ownership here, and we take a look at the top ownership, and we see UBS Asset Management. This hasn't been updated yet. They had 19.5 million shares, and then boom, now they have 36.5 million shares. That's quite the addition to the party there, guys. Going from, right around, 20 million shares to over 35 million shares. That's a big, big purchase. 15 million plus shares. You got to love that, guys. But that's not the real interesting part. The real interesting part is coming up right here. And I'm going to continue to uncover these SoFi mysteries for us. So make sure you do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're closing in on 5K, guys. You guys are the freaking best. So in digging up some information on UBS Group and the relationship to SoFi stock, I found some really interesting stuff here. UBS lowers SoFi Technologies price target to $24.50 following mixed performance. This was back on February 8th. So they originally had it $27.50 and then it went to $24.50, right? That's a dramatic, almost 10% decrease in their price target for SoFi stock. So that's a bummer, right? And then you're like, okay, I want to dig a little bit deeper. So we dug even deeper here, guys. Check this out. UBS cuts SoFi stock price target on slower fee segment growth. Okay, here it is. If that was the case, why are you buying 15 million shares then, guys? Huh? God, these Wall Street scumbags never cease to amaze me, guys. They cut it again from $24.50 down to $21. So what they're doing, UBS, is putting out this information. We're cutting it, not this quarter. We're cutting it the next quarter. They're cutting it. They cut it in back-to-back earnings calls. So never believe what they say. Believe what they do. Because these guys are full of shit. And they're going to continue to be full of shit. And they're going to get people worried. 2 price target cuts in back-to-back quarters. It's unbelievable. And then you look and you're like, holy shit. Now, UBS Group owns 36.5 million shares, and not too long ago, last quarter, they owned only, 19.5 million shares. So they're cutting the price in back-to-back quarters from $27.50 to $24.50, then from $24.50 to $21.50, and then they're buying the shares on the open market. So they want to depress this price over and over and over and over and over again. Shake retail out of these shares so they can acquire cheaper and cheaper shares. And that's not a coincidence that this original price target that they set of $27.50 was where that public offering was right around, right? In that $27, $28 range. Then it went to $24.50. And in this article, just a couple days ago, about a week ago now, because we're at the 6th, they go from $24.50 to $21. Then they let the stock chip down, chip down, chip down, and then they're like, oh, wait, this stock is super cheap. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go buy myself 16 million shares, well, almost 17 million shares, actually, and I'm going to increase my position by 43%, right? So if they added 17 million shares times, say the average price, they got it around 16 bucks, that's a huge chunk of change, guys. $272 million worth of SoFi stock they just added. But they cut the price target in back-to-back quarters. This is why Wall Street is full of shit. These price targets don't mean anything, and that's why you have to do your own due diligence, guys. You got to do some investigating. You've got to put your freaking Sherlock Holmes cap on, Robert Downey Jr. style, and figure out what the hell is actually happening. Because you look at the stock, and it's performing well. The members are growing. The products are growing. Pretty much everything except the tech platform is going up and to the right. Hopefully in the coming quarters, we'll start to see an increase on the tech platform. But these companies aren't dropping $272 million for shits and giggles, guys. They're not doing that. And to put out back-to-back price target cuts in these last 2 quarters is ridiculous. And it really goes to show you these Wall Street guys are in it for themselves, man. They don't give a shit about us retail guys, so we got to be on top of it. You got to follow the good ones. There are several YouTubers out there that do a really great job covering SoFi stock that know even more than I do. And get information from all these different sources, then make your own decisions, right? You can learn a lot from all the information that's available to us out there by hearing what other people's perspectives are, checking out the earnings report, and doing our own due diligence. But man, I saw those numbers today and I was like, I got to do some investigating. And look, they sold their put in their calls probably from, this is probably a cover call and this is probably a put. And they made a ton of money by depressing the stock price. And now they're going to go long on the shares. That's what these scumbags do, guys. Rinse and repeat. And they continue to be profitable while retail gets shaken out of their shares and they're selling. When the stock was 32 bucks at 16 bucks, the stock is dead. I want to cry. My retirement's ruined. Guys, look at what they're doing. Who gives a shit about what they say? Look at what they do. Again, look at these numbers, guys. They brought 17 million shares. Times that by a $16 stock price. It's $250 million. They're not putting $250 million into a stock because they think it's going to continue to crater and crater and crater and crater. This is what we're here for, guys. I'm going to continue to find these golden nuggets for you guys so you can make better decisions about your investing career. Thanks so much for being a part of this community, guys. We'll catch you on the next video. Peace. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's go.